Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are here talking about the solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. This is occurring on the 8th of April of 2024. Hold on to your hats here, folks. This is a big one. Number one, the solar eclipse itself is always a very spectacular, if you can see it, astronomical event, right? It's like the fire in the sky kind of energy. Way back in, before they understood astrology, way back in medieval times and things, whenever there was an eclipse, it was like the end of the world, right? The end of times. Of course, we don't look at it quite that way these days, although eclipses can be very unpredictable and they can bring things out of the woodwork. Expect the unexpected whenever we do have eclipse energy, because pretty much anything goes. We can have endings, we can have new beginnings, we can have surprises, we can have joyous occasions and joyous things that come out of nowhere. We can also have things coming out of the woodwork. And so things that have been forgotten about, or things that maybe someone neglected. If you think of your workplace, maybe something comes up from 2 years ago that some old employee never took care of properly, and now here it is. Somehow you have to deal with it. So things like that can very much come up at eclipses. The eclipses can also bring about fated events and just things that are kind of meant to happen, or things that kind of put you right back on your destined path. Now, this particular one, this is going to happen on April 8th of 2024. Pacific Standard Time is 11:20 a.m. is when that full effect of that eclipse is. 2:20 p.m. Eastern time, okay. But check your clocks, check your calendar, check, NASA or something like that to see where and when yours is going to be visible the most. Make sure that you do view eclipses with a little bit of safety in mind, though, because we don't want to burn your retinas out or anything like that. Make sure you do have proper glasses to watch it. Now, new moons themselves bring new beginnings. A solar eclipse is like a new moon on steroids. So there could be a new beginning somewhere in your life coming about because of this eclipse. Now, this eclipse does trigger a whole cycle. Normally, this cycle does end in about 6 months, because it usually culminates with the full moon in Aries, usually in October, right, is when we have the next eclipse season. This one's a little strange because we actually don't get another full moon in the sign of Aries until the spring, because the eclipse in October of 2024 is actually going to be in Pisces. So very interesting kind of energy there. So this is a long, drawn out new beginning event, which can actually give you some more time to, get things done or get things started, or start to see some progress. This is also conjunct Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, so this is a perfect time to heal old wounds, whether they're personal, emotional, whether it's something in your career, something in your relationships, right? So this can help us heal some insecurities, some fears, right? And so it's a huge opportunity for healing and having a fresh start. So it is really quite exciting. This is also occurring, there's a lot going on. There's also occurring at the time of a Mercury retrograde. Retrogrades are a time to take a step back, reflect, regroup, renew, reassess, and reevaluate things in our lives. It can also be a time where we can gain some clarity and insights, because we are having a look back at something, or we are double checking something over. We can get the answers that we've been looking for, and sometimes we can have a second chance at something here, whether it's a second chance to start something new, or a second chance to heal something and release it and let it go. This eclipse is happening at 19 degrees. If you know your astrological birth chart, and if you have any personal planets between 17 and 21 degrees, you're going to feel this the most, but have no fear. This is going to impact us all. Reflect back to the solar eclipse that we had in 2023. There may be some things that have played out for you, or maybe there's something that you've forgotten about and you're like, you know what? I'm going to try this again. I'm going to give myself a second chance to start something fresh, or to kind of turn over a new page, turn over a new leaf. That was a doozy of an eclipse last year, of course, because we also had a square to Pluto, right? So that was that was a tricky one, that one. And it really did kickstart a lot of massive changes. I know that I had a lot of massive changes last year, especially through the summer when Venus went retrograde in the sign of Leo. That was not a good time. So, this can be where some things have kind of played out for you, or there may be still some things going on. But this is going to be a very interesting one as well. A couple of days after this eclipse, okay, on April 11th, we have a Mercury cazimi. So a cazimi is, the word cazimi means in the heart of the sun. This is where we can get a mental breakthrough, new visions of the future. This is where we can plant new seeds of intentions. Fresh truths may be revealed, and this can actually bring you some good luck. So the cazimi can actually be a really good time to set intentions to manifest some things into your life. But whatever your situation is, this is going to be a fiery eclipse. It's going to be intense, but it's very closely linked with the sun, so it can be very creative, very energetic. If you've been feeling stuck in a rut, this might be where you get the energy boost you need to get things started and to really get some action going, right? Follow your passion, your goals, your dreams. You might be filled with a little bit more positivity than you were previously. And it's not that we don't have some bumpy astrology coming in as well, because we do, but this is probably going to give you a little bit more of a positive vibe to overcome things or to make those little changes that you want to make. So having said that, let's get into your cards and let's pull out cards for your sign. So Aries, we have this solar eclipse happening in your first astrological house, of course, because it's in your sign. And your first house has to do with your approach to life, your identity, your attitude, your personality, how you look, how you feel. So you could be really focused on your personal self, your personal goals. Some of you might be trying out a new wardrobe, a new haircut. Perhaps you're having a look at how you deal with interactions, deal with situations in your life. And you might be thinking to yourself, you know what, if I do this a little bit differently, or if I, really try and focus on, doing this in a certain way rather than my old ways of doing things, this can really highlight some wonderful things for you, right? So all kinds of new things, new beginnings coming in on you. But we also do have that healing element coming in with Chiron. And so this can be where you heal some aspect of yourself. Now, whether you just spend some time on your own at this eclipse and just meditate and contemplate, focus on your goals for your future. You could be really focusing on banishing some old energies, cleansing and purging, so that you can really feel like you have a lighter load going forward into the future. You could be addressing some old fears and insecurities about yourself. And so work with the energy of Chiron here, because this can really help you. So the first card we have coming out is we actually have full moon energy coming in here with Aquarian vibe, be real. So this can be really where you do engage with yourself and you're really honest and truthful with yourself. Where have I been? What have I done? What mistakes have I made? What have I learned from them? And how am I going to do things differently in the future? You're getting real with yourself, down and dirty. You're facing those honest truths. Full moon energy is about releasing, cleansing, purging, letting things go, understanding the cycles that you've been through, and understanding those life lessons. But it's also about being honest with yourself. What is your vision for the future? What do you want to manifest in your life? What do you want to do a little bit differently than you have been previously? Just be honest with yourself. Aquarian energy is about freeing yourself from your past and facing your future. The Aquarian energy is very futuristic, always looking to see how we can do things a little bit better or a little bit differently than we have been. We also have coming for you, we've got the Magician. I love that we've got this coming out for you. That is so awesome. We have the High Priestess here as well. Wow, whole shebang there. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. And would you look at that? So this new moon is bringing you your personal power. The Magician is about you, your power to create, to manifest things in your life, to find the resources that you need to get things done. The High Priestess shows that you could very much have some sort of an epiphany or a revelation around this eclipse. And I mentioned the Cazimi before, which is occurring on the 11th. Which is still very much in the eclipse energy. It lasts for a few days before, a few days after, right? But it really does kickstart a cycle. And so you could be really getting some spiritual downloads. You could be having a massive epiphany at some point between the Cazimi and the eclipse. But I feel that you're just very much feeling the connection with this moon. You could have some secrets revealed, or you might reveal something to the world around you, because the High Priestess, very wise, keeper of secrets and mysteries. So whether something comes to light for you that is previously been hidden, or whether you are coming clean, you're getting real with yourself, but also maybe with other people, this can be very exciting. Very much trust your intuition, but your power to manifest here is absolutely incredible. So don't doubt yourself. Now we do have the Page of Pentacles here for you guys. Okay, so yes, there could be some information that is coming in here for you, or you discover something that can really help you to bring you some riches and gold and new beginnings and improvements in your life. The Page of Pentacles can represent that there might be very important message, invitation, or opportunity that you're opening the door to at this time as well. You could also be spending some money with the Page of Pentacles. You could be spending some money on yourself, a new haircut, a new wardrobe, pair of new shoes, perhaps, that you wanted or been saving up for, or perhaps you do something even better for yourself and you pay for yourself to learn something, whether it's a creative endeavor or whether it's something that will help you make some money. And this can be some money very well spent for you here, Aries. So really quite exciting with that Page of Pentacles. This can bring in some growth, fresh energy, new approach, new beginnings for you. So let's grab a couple of more cards out here for you guys. Thank you very much. And we have, there you go, this is going to be super hard for you to see, but we've got what looks like a new moon. We see that very faint sliver of light, and we see a shadow of a person sitting right there looking at it. This could also be a dark moon. I seek truth and act upon my realizations. And what did we say? Be real, be truthful, be honest. If you seek some answers, seek and you shall find. Okay, at this eclipse. And our next message, breathe. Inhale stardust and exhale magic. All right, take a little bit of time to really connect with this energy, with this eclipse. It is your sign. It is going to have an impact on you, and this could really help propel you forward in a very positive and perhaps even magical way. I'll leave that there for you, Aries. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please do hit that like button as well. And hit the subscribe button. Thank you. If you enjoy my content. But don't be afraid to start a conversation. Say hello down below. How are these eclipses affecting you? What do you want to start? What are you changing? Or what kind of surprise is headed your way? It's always nice to have a conversation down below. So I thank you guys for watching. Have a beautiful eclipse, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.